What? Feel free to jump in. What were your thoughts for today?
I thought this, not just only today, but this whole week was really great. It kind of really helped us structure it a little bit more or get an idea of how we could structure it more. Also, we got exposure to, today we got exposure to NASEF, which kind of put it on a national level. But even before when we talked to TechSef, it still allow us to see what it can be like locally, at least as far as just our state. So shows that there's a lot of support out there for it. It's just new, and we have a direct hand of actually developing it how we want to in our district. Another thing I thought was great was just seeing that we're not alone. The fact that it's not just in Aldine, not just in Texas, but all across the state. Now it's new, but there's still a lot of support from both teachers, students, even parents as well, because people are starting to see where, like you said, Bradford, now we're at a place where we can't even find consoles or materials to play the games, because people are starting to see where esports and gaming in general is more relevant and more of a solid platform and career for our, not just our students, but even adults now. Adults are starting channels, and even people that have been playing for decades that were told when we were younger, hey, this is a waste of time, you should do this. Now we can hop back into the space and really, see our passions and lead the next generation into a full-blown, career. So I think this whole week has just been really enlightening on so many levels, and I'm excited to see where we can progress as a team.
I love that you said that, Javon. I didn't even think about that. The fact that at one point, as an adult, now all of us in this space, we were told that this is a waste of time. This is not going to take you anywhere. Now that we're in this space, we are now telling the next generation, this is not a waste of time. There is a future in this. And yes, this is new. This is uncharted territory. But where the previous generation told us that this was a waste of time, we're telling you that there's opportunity here. And while we don't know where it is quite yet, we're going to help guide that and get you to where those opportunities are. We're going to take you there together, so that when your generation is talking to your children, you're going to know where those resources are, and you're not going to have to fight to show where those opportunities are to your children. Javon, thank you for saying that.
This is just great this whole week to know that like-minded educators are doing the same thing that I'm trying to push for, creating something new. He said looking better for the future. I'm all about it. I see the vision, and not just me now. I see the vision in the other educators around Aldine. I know we have the kids for it, and I feel more comfortable and confident that now it can continue to grow and not just stop where my kids are at, because they're going to get ready to graduate. I feel that they will have a home whenever they come to Carver now, and they will have a place to go to. I'm right here, Mr. Lewis. So just let them know, Javon, anybody that's at the middle school. I'm not sure where you at, Donald, at the middle school level?
Blanton.
Are you at
Blanton?
Okay. But it was really, really great. I love the fact that you showed me the environment of the classrooms of the other educators that was making their gaming area more comfortable. That's my teaching style of learning, and that's what I try to change my theme into. And it just kind of gave me that confidence to continue to work on it and build that gaming room for my kids, build that area of transition to where we can have shoutcasting right here. We can have marketing and design, branding in this station. We can have a full transition to make the whole business work and flow. And it's just, we have everything. We have all the resources. It just takes the mind and the thinking of it. And thank you for opening up my mind to think about that, because those ideas are now starting to flow. And I'm not as stressed as I used to be. I'm kind of stressed about how was I going to do this? How is this going to work? I know now I have learned the things that I need to do, such as don't just let the kids play their rostered game that week without practicing. But practicing is so fast. Like, we got in there and did that like for 5 minutes. We actually did it for 10 minutes, and then we did the review. Like, that was a quick 15-minute thing. I always schedule that time to practice with your kids because I'll say this from experience, they love it when you play with them. Like they make time for you to play with them. They always reaching out, and they really, really appreciate it when you call it a practice day for them, or you call it a practice time, so you'll know that, hey, we're trying to get that win. We all have that same goal in mind, that we want to win and we want to compete. And so, thank you. Yeah, it's been great.
Although I was not here the whole week, but I'm just glad that I did come because I enjoyed it. When I first heard about esports, I thought it was just about playing games and nothing more, but it's so much more than just playing games, and I really enjoy it.
The level of guidance and support that you, Bradford, have supplied to us, and offering clarification and setting us to a vision, has been unbelievable today. I told you the other day that you have prepared more to work with half a dozen of us than I did to work for 400. The amount of work and effort that you've put in is unbelievable. I have walked away each day with something new. And as I tell my students, as I'm older, everything seems like I've been there and done that. So I have to constantly remind myself when I go to staff developments or when I do this, that I do have the previous knowledge, but if I can walk away from a session with at least one thing new, then I am continuing that lifelong learner. And I have walked away with more than just one thing new. I feel very confident. I'm 100% behind you in everything that you're doing. And I hope that somebody higher than me can come down and give you that pat on the back just for the recognition, because I can lift you up, but I can't if they press you down. And that is an unacceptable approach for that middleman that's there. So I raise you above my shoulders in a triumphant victory for all of the work that you have done this week and all the work that you had to do prior to this week to make this week happen. On a personal level, I am anxious about meeting your expectations. I am a pleaser, and I want you to look good from what I do. And you have set a high standard for me. I don't do raggedy is my new term. My new term. I don't do raggedy. So I thank you for everything.
Just know that's copyrighted from somebody else, and I know the person.
I was gonna say not to steal that from you, but
that person, I know that person's gonna call me. I'm not gonna say who that person is, but that person's gonna call me.
Don't do raggedy. Well, look, if you can quote your source, that's fine. You have fessed up that it wasn't yours, so I'm going to count that as you attempted to give credit to your source. This is awesome. Tim, thank you. Mr. Rockmore, I appreciate it. I love the vulnerability that you showed when you took the camera around and showed your area. I picked up new dialect. I picked up new sayings, and you guys have left a lasting impression on me in the short period of time that we've had together. So I send great blessings. Thank you. And may your school year be a successful one.
Thank you for all the kind words. I came into this not knowing what to expect. I just did the work that I had to put out there, and you guys have really impressed me with everything. I know you felt like you came in not really knowing what to expect and that you didn't know too much, but you guys know a lot, and you've taught me a lot, and you kept me on my toes, and really, after each session, I had to go back and go, okay, let me see what I can do here, and let me make sure I'm taking care of these things, and let me make sure I know how I can make this a little bit better and how I improve. And that's what I feel like a leader should do. I love learning. I take this, like I told you earlier, this is everything I do is based on my kids, based off of my children and how I would want them to learn. And so that's how all of this comes about. The one person I do have to thank for this that's in this space is Tim. If it wasn't for Tim in Aldine, I would not have this professional development right now. There's many other people as well, but Tim is the one that decided I'm going to do this, even in the pandemic. I'm going to figure out what this looks like. I'm going to give you the feedback. And that's why I kept saying, Tim, what do you think? Tim, what do you think? Y'all, Tim. And he was able to speak. And it's very important to hear not from a district leader. The district leader can set the foundation and set the tone. But when you hear from a teacher that says, hey, this can be done, or you can do it this way, or here's where I have success, or here's where I've messed up, or here's how this can be done, it speaks more volumes than Bradford saying, here's how this can work, or here's how this can be done, because I'm not in the classroom. I don't have 300 students. Somebody like Tim does. And so you connect with Tim on that level. All I can do is provide the resource and the structure, but the implementation, I have the idea of the implementation, but a teacher has more of the execution. And what is this going to look like on a Tuesday at 3:00 when you're tired? And oh, by the way, testing is tomorrow and grades are due. So Tim is better to answer that than me. And so
shut it down. No games.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not doing games today.
You weren't gonna catch me if I'm on. Don't know. I'm incognito if I'm on. It's up to y'all, but no games. No.
But I really appreciate Tim for really stepping up to the plate and going on this journey with me, and just telling it like it is. Javon, just the minute I said what you don't know, Javon, is that on the side when I selected your campus, it was almost parallel to what Tim and the other teacher was doing, and myself and Shannon Glass almost like freaked out because it was parallel, and we were super excited. What the power in this, and I'll just say the power of men of color doing esports. And Tim, you know where I'm going with this too, because the minute you and the other person said yes last year, and I posted it, and I told people, everybody around me was like, oh my God, what is this? Because it's not seen as much. And that's something that needs to be championed, seeing Black men leading the charge, Black male educators leading the charge, saying, I'm going to do this. And so when that shifted again, and there was another picture of other Black men saying, I'm going to do this again, that's even more powerful. And then you're coming in, Javon, saying, what about UIL? What about these competitions? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't even see that coming, because that wasn't the conversation last year. Last year was like, can we just get in the space? Can we just press start? And that was what was real. That was what was honest. But you came in like, I'm ready for competition. I'm ready for my students to wear shirts. I'm ready for them to do this, because they've got to be there. They've got to be there. Now, Tim, at the very end, he was asking those things, which was awesome. But you came out the gate saying, our kids have got to be on this. You don't understand, Bradford. They've got to be there day one. What are we going to do? Bradford, this is cute that you have this all together, but what is this going to look like next week? And I took that to heart, saying, we got to be ready. Doesn't mean that we got to be ready tomorrow, but like that's the challenge is we've got to have our kids of color, our females, all of our students ready for this, ready to walk in, like you said, Tommy, with the bags, the shirts, just like ready to infiltrate. Doesn't matter if they win or lose, they've got to be ready because they're ready to just win as a team. And when I say win as a team, I'm not talking about they gotta have the highest rank. They just gotta be, they're in their confident mode.
Yes.
And that's what I appreciate you bringing into the table. And then I'm gonna switch to Donald. Donald, and I'll just put it out on Front Street. You weren't even sure about what any of this is. And I'll just put it out there. It was like, you're like esports. I don't know anything about this. I'm just here, and you know, and it's what's real. As teacher, like I don't know if I really want to do this, and I was like, that's cool. I'm not mad at you. This is it's honesty. I'm not making anybody do anything that they don't want to do. You know, if you want to come, you want to come. If you don't, you want to don't. All of this is new. But every time I looked in your corner and I said something or I had a resource, I could just see like your eyes just light up, or like a smile on your face. And I was like, oh, I guess I got him. And I always get impressed when I get a naysayer. I don't think you're a naysayer, so to speak. But like, there are people who will tell me on the side, well, I don't know about songs. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. And I just go and I just roll with it. Tommy, you know what I'm talking about too, because people will say, if you don't, you know, if you talk songs, like, I don't know, but I'm like, I take that as a challenge. Boss level. That's doing the game. Boss level. Let me see what I got. Let me just try. You know, and so like the fact that you're coming into this space, I didn't expect that you would keep coming and coming, but there was something about what we did that you said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I don't know what your outcome is gonna be at the end of this, but the smile on your face, the like, ooh, I definitely want to see what this is gonna be like for the kids, is gonna be priceless. And I showed you all the resources in the curriculum, and I'm saying to y'all, you make it yours. You make it to how it's going to fit your needs. There isn't a right or wrong way to do this yet. We'll come as a group and figure out, how does this look in the 30 minutes to 2 hours of school that you want to do it. You make it yours. And so I think at the end of the day, and again, as Kevin would say, here's my Reverend rant. This is us. This is what we're about. This is what we're going to show the district, what we can do with our students and how they're going to be engaged and how they're going to be excited to be a part of this organization. And so I thank you guys for sticking this through with me. I appreciate all that you do. I look forward to seeing everything that you're going to do this year. I'm looking at this as something very positive, as a great kickoff, not just with esports, but for what is to come for this school year. I'm praying that this is going to be an uplifting, wonderful school year, that you guys are going to have blessed opportunities this school year. Everything wonderful is going to happen for you this school year, no matter what it is. And you guys are going to be successful in everything that you do. That is my reverent prayer for all of you. So thank you. Thank you so much.